A woman steps into the street, compelled by an invisible force. It began with a single woman, Frau Trafia, on a warm July morning in Strasbourg, 1518. She simply started to dance, not in joy, not in celebration, but with a disturbing, relentless energy. Her movements were uncontrolled, her face a mask of exhaustion and compulsion. For hours, Frau Trafia continued, her limbs flailing, her feet pounding the ground. Onlookers watched, bewildered, then concerned, as her inexplicable performance stretched into the evening, then into the next day. This wasn't a performance, it was a torment. Within a week, her strange affliction had spread. Dozens of others joined her, drawn by an unseen current, caught in the same frantic, ceaseless rhythm. The streets of Strasbourg, a bustling city of the Holy Roman Empire, became a stage for a terrifying, involuntary spectacle. This wasn't a joyous festival. These dancers weren't celebrating. Their faces contorted in pain and exhaustion, their bodies pushed beyond human limits. They couldn't stop. They didn't want to stop. Or rather, something within them wouldn't allow them to. The event became known as the Dancing Plague of 1518, an almost unbelievable episode of collective hysteria, or perhaps something far more sinister. How could an entire city, or a significant portion of it, simply dance itself to death? The city authorities, initially perplexed, struggled to understand what was happening. Their first response was, remarkably, to encourage the dancing. They believed it was a heart-blood ailment, requiring the afflicted to dance it out of their system. They even constructed stages, hired musicians, and opened guild halls, hoping to channel this bizarre energy. Imagine a city desperately attempting to orchestrate a cure by amplifying the very thing that was killing its citizens. But the dancing only intensified. More people joined, collapsing from exhaustion, heart attacks, or strokes. The death toll began to mount. At its peak, it's reported that up to 15 people were dying per day from this relentless, involuntary movement. The initial medical and religious explanations were varied and contradictory. Some believed it was a punishment from God, specifically Saint Vitus, the patron saint of dancers, and those with neurological disorders. Others blamed hot blood or demonic possession. As the situation spiraled, the authorities eventually reversed their strategy. They banned music and public dancing, hoping to break the spell. The afflicted were taken to shrines, particularly the shrine of Saint Vitus, where they sought miraculous healing. But what truly caused this horrifying phenomenon? Modern historians and scientists have proposed several theories, attempting to peel back the layers of this 5-century-old mystery. The most prominent theory points to ergot poisoning. Ergot is a fungus that grows on rye and other cereals, particularly in damp conditions. Ingesting ergot-contaminated bread can lead to a condition called ergotism or St. Anthony's fire. Its symptoms are terrifyingly relevant. Ergot poisoning can cause convulsions, spasms, hallucinations, and a burning sensation in the limbs. The neurological effects could, theoretically, induce involuntary, prolonged muscular contractions and delirious states, mimicking relentless dancing. Strasbourg in 1518 was experiencing a period of severe famine and poverty. Malnutrition would have made the populace more susceptible to the toxins. The damp, cool summer would also have provided ideal conditions for ergot to flourish on the rye crops. However, the ergot theory isn't universally accepted. Critics argue that ergot poisoning usually leads to gangrene and limb loss, which wasn't widely reported among the dancers. Also, the sheer synchronicity and duration of the dancing are difficult to explain solely by a toxin. Another compelling theory posits that the dancing plague was a form of mass psychogenic illness or mass hysteria. This occurs when a group of people experience similar physical symptoms without an identifiable physical cause. Strasbourg in 1518 was a city under immense stress. Famine, disease, and religious superstition were rampant. The fear of divine wrath and the belief in demonic influence were deeply ingrained. Such conditions are fertile ground for psychological contagion. The sight of one person dancing uncontrollably, especially a respected figure like Frau Trafia, could have triggered a fear response that manifested physically in others. The belief that one must dance to appease Saint Vitus might have created a powerful psychological loop. Mass psychogenic illness often spreads quickly and then dissipates as mysteriously as it appeared. The dancing plague did precisely that, gradually fading by late August or early September, leaving behind a city traumatized and bewildered. It's entirely possible that both factors played a role. A small initial group might have suffered from ergotism, and their bizarre symptoms then triggered a mass psychogenic response in a populace already on the brink of despair. The two theories aren't mutually exclusive. The dancing plague of 1518 stands as a chilling reminder of how vulnerable human societies can be, not just to physical illness, but to the powerful, often unseen forces of fear, superstition, and collective psychology. It's a testament to the strange depths of human experience. This forgotten episode, where a city quite literally danced itself to death, offers a stark window into the anxieties of the past, and perhaps a subtle warning for our own complex present. History often whispers its most profound lessons through its most peculiar tales. Uncover another hidden historical enigma with our next deep dive into forgotten events.